Schmitt, please.
Thank you, Secretary Del Toro. I have a question. So do you believe, recruiting is down 20% last year. So far, it's on pace, it's down 30% this year. Do you believe that the obsession that the political leadership has right now with DEI has helped or hurt recruiting efforts?
No, sir. I don't think DEI has hurt recruiting efforts at all.
You don't?
No, sir.
You don't think it plays any factor at all?
No, sir.
You don't think your obsession with race essentialism and immutable characteristics turns off a lot of people?
I'm not obsessed with any of that, Senator. When have you, on the record, heard me say anything to that effect?
Well, no, it's in your materials.
What
Your
materials?
DEI 101 materials and the indoctrination that you're putting through this cultural Marxism. You don't believe that it has
I'm not
any impact?
indoctrinating anybody,
Okay.
Senator.
Secretary, I want to read to you from your materials what allyship is. Allyship is to take intentional actions such as listening, learning, and uplifting those who may be disadvantaged to ensure all voices are heard and respected. Being an authentic ally is to form genuine relationships, to advocate for fair treatment, and increase feelings of inclusion and belonging for all. Do you believe
Don't
that
you want all the members of your team to feel like they're included?
Well, I have a question. Do you believe that you were an ally for the 1,878 soldiers who were fired, or the 3,746 Marines who were fired for not taking the COVID shot? Were you an ally for them?
Sir, I followed the laws. They disobeyed
Or did
the
they
law.
feel included?
They disobeyed a law.
They were fired.
They were fired because they disobeyed
Do you
the
regret
law.
that? Do you regret that?
Currently existed. I have no regrets.
You have
whatsoever.
recruitment challenges. You
know what,
refuse to.
Senator?
You refuse to admit the DEI is a part of this. You're firing qualified people who are well trained, and you sit here so smugly to act like none of that has any impact on the readiness of our Navy.
Senator, we recontacted 3,500 of the 4,800 people who were fired. You know how many actually decided to come back to the Navy? And
How
the
many?
Air Force? Two.
Shocker.
Two.
Shocker at the level of disrespect they receive from their government.
Because they didn't want to
Excuse
serve in
me.
the Navy?
Excuse me,
Shocker.
gentlemen, Senator.
Not because they didn't
Senator,
want to take the COVID test.
please
Disgusting.
ask a question and
Yeah,
Mr. Secretary
thank you.
respond.
General Smith, I understand that on May 3rd, 2 individuals were detained by gate guards after lying to gate guards and then trying to forcibly bypass security checks. Now, anonymous sources are reporting that one of the detained individuals was a Jordanian national who recently crossed the U.S. southern border. Also, one of the 2 is on the terror watch list. What do you know? What have you been briefed by ICE on this?
Senator, I'm not familiar with that. I can get back to you on it after I check with NCIS.
Okay. I don't have any other questions, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Senator Smith. Senator
Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
Manchin.
I do have one more question before we, thank you.
That's
I have
fine.
some time remaining. I do want to, Secretary Del Toro, I do want to understand, based on your previous conversations, I really do have to get you on the record. Do you believe that climate change is a bigger threat to the American people than Communist China's ambitions?
They're different.
No, but do you, I'm asking you to weigh them. We all make decisions. We're weighing
I'm not
them.
going to weigh them. One impacts the other.
So
in
you
different
can't
ways.
sit here and tell us that Chinese communist ambitions are more dangerous to the American
Senator,
people
I
than
don't
your...
think you've been following all the things that I've been doing since day
I'm
one. to
asking
deter-
you a
Excuse me.
question.
Senator
How did you
Schmitt,
turn China?
excuse me.
I'm asking you a
If
question.
you ask the question, the Secretary will respond, and then I think you yielded time, and
I just have a couple more seconds because I had about a minute and a half left.
This is not an argument, it's a question and answer.
That's fine. I'm asking a question. Do you believe that climate change is a bigger threat to the American people than a nuclear holocaust?
Of course not.
Okay. Well, thank you for actually being so
Bomb being
courageous.
dropped? I
Thank
mean,
you.
this is
I just have to say that your
embarrassing.
comments about this, hold on, I'm finished. Your comments about this, Teddy Roosevelt and Admiral Nimitz would be rolling in their grave the way that you equivocate on this
No,
stuff.
actually, Admiral Nimitz cared
Mr.
deeply
Secretary.
about installation readiness, actually.
Climate
And
change, he was a big climate alarmist.
It wasn't as big a problem then
Okay.
as it is now.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.